Today we are going to revisit the workout that we have been working on together here. We'll have a brief warm up where you can just check in with your breath. We'll do a little bit of a physical warm up where we start to get our bodies moving in a comfortable way, and then we'll move into a little bit of free weights. So if you want to add some weights to your practice today, you can have light weights or something of equal weight for each hand if you prefer. You don't have to use weights, so this is really up to you. And then we'll move into our high intensity interval training, which is basically a series of exercises that'll just get ourselves moving and get our heart rate up a little bit. And in between each exercise, we'll have a moment to rest. And you can either do dynamic rest, just kind of keep yourself moving during that brief period of time, or you can come to a complete rest and wait for the next exercise. So just to remind you all to listen to your bodies and do what feels right for you and have fun. So here we go. I invite you to just take a moment to check in with yourself, let go of any distractions around you. Just give yourself this opportunity to check in with your breath. Just simply noticing if your breath feels short or shallow. And you don't need to do anything to change your breath, but just simply observe. You can always also take this moment to have a sip of water if you need to. Take a moment to check in with your thoughts if you're feeling distracted by just where you came from or what might be happening after class today. Just give yourself permission to be fully present here, letting go of distractions, reminding yourself of why you came to class today and what your intentions are. We want to be mindful of our breath as we work through our practice today. Our breath can really kind of indicate to us if we are working with enough exertion in order to benefit from the practice. It can also tell us if we're pushing too hard. So you want to be able to breathe easily and deeply and make sure that you're exhaling completely. So just begin to maybe deepen your breath a little bit, inhaling maybe a little bit longer, maybe pausing for a moment at the top of your breath. Breathing out through your nose if you can to really engage the core and to really activate the lungs fully and completely. And release that breath. You can actually turn a breathing practice into a core centered practice because it does begin to um, wake up the core muscles and activate the core muscles so that they can participate in this breathing practice with you. So just another 30 seconds or so here, inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. And rib cage draws in as you squeeze the breath out. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely, lengthening that breath a little bit longer now. And now we'll begin to add movement to the breath. So on your next inhale, maybe just begin to tense and squeeze. You can squeeze your hands into a fist. You can tense your shoulders, your face, breathing in as deeply as you can as you squeeze. And as you exhale, just let that tension drain away, soften, and release. And we'll do that again, inhaling, tensing and squeezing, breathing deeply in, and then exhaling. When you're ready, release, soften, and let go. And maybe one or two more times here, inhaling, tensing, and squeezing at your own pace. And anytime you squeeze muscle to bone, you're activating muscle and you're strengthening your bones. So this in and of itself is a Really good whole body exercise for the body and the mind. Release when you're ready and let go. And now turn your palms to maybe connect to your legs here. And on your next breath in, you can slide your elbows back towards your shoulders and just let your eyes look upward. And then as you exhale, you can drop the chin towards your chest and just slide your fingers towards your knees. Doesn't have to be a big movement here, just inhaling, allowing the eyes to glance upward. And exhaling, same long exhalation, connecting to your core, sliding your fingertips towards your knees. Couple more, just take your time, follow your breath. You don't have to be moving at the same pace that I am. And tune into your body, tune into your breath, and do what feels good for you. And maybe one more time here, inhaling and exhaling when you're ready. And then return to a neutral position and just bring some movement into one shoulder. You can just begin to gently circle the shoulder one way, and you can circle the opposite way. And just moving slowly, waking up the joints, bringing circulation into this area. If you'd like to trade sides, you can move to the other side, gently circle one way. And you can circle the other way. Good. And now maybe both sides at the same time if that feels available to you. You can roll, you can squeeze and release, just getting the shoulders moving in ways to wake up the muscles in this area, increase blood flow and circulation, warming it up, and go the opposite direction. Good. And once again, place your hands on top of your legs and your inhale, let your eyes and nose look up. And then as you exhale, slide your fingers toward your knees. Once again, return to a neutral position. And this time, maybe place your fingertips on one shoulder and we'll add in the arm and the elbow. So you can begin to circle, making a circle here with your elbow in one direction. And you can circle in the other direction. Good. When you feel satisfied, if you'd like to trade sides, you can move over to the other side. And you don't want to force anything to happen here, just moving in your own natural range of motion without force or stress. You can go the opposite direction. Good. One more here. And then arms by your sides. We're just going to bend here at the elbow. The palms will be facing up like you're holding onto a tray. And you're just going to open the palms, the hands out to the side, and then come back to center. So again, out to the side and back to center. And just kind of play within this range of motion for you. You can always do one at a time, or you can do both at the same time. We're just warming up the rotator cuff muscles here around the shoulder blades, the shoulder joint, the arms. You can change the palm directions for kind of different sensation and activation if you turn the palms to face each other. And we'll be coming back to this movement again, and we'll be adding weight to this. So we just want to warm up this area. Good. Last one. Okay. From here, we're just going to press the hand forward and come back to center and maybe alternate sides. It's like you're just kind of pushing something away from you. And you don't have to do your hand this way. You could also, it could be a fist or it can just be a relaxed hand. Okay. If you're able to activate that palm, you're going to feel a little bit more strengthening through the arm bones, the elbow to the shoulder. So just warming up this area in this motion because we'll be doing some punches here today. And just go at your own pace here. Our intention is not to go faster, but just to, again, warm up the body, wake up the body and the nervous system. Now, can we do both at the same time, perhaps? Nice and easy. And again, you can adapt this to your own way and your own comfort. And now instead of in front of us, let's take it down. So you're going to press down in front of you, or it can be down beside you, whichever feels more accessible. Okay. And again, I'm adding in that palm pressing down like you're pushing something away, pushing something away. You can always use a fist or simply a relaxed hand. Okay. So find what feels right for you. And now, maybe both at the same time. Pressing down. You can even imagine that you're pressing something kind of heavy with resistance away from you to really activate the core, to activate the back of the body, not just the arms. Good. And now, can we put it together? Can we go in front and down, in front and down? If you want to do one at a time, you can totally do one at a time. Okay, so adapt and modify for your body's needs today. Good. All right, we've got 2 more seconds. And now we are going to do a slow climb. We're going to slowly climb our rope. We're just kind of testing it out, feeling this motion in our bodies. I'm kind of grabbing and releasing as if I am holding on to a rope. Okay. That's up to you how high you want to reach up. If you feel any pain or discomfort in your shoulder, then please modify. You can keep it right here, just kind of in line with the heart in front of the chest. You don't have to reach high. Okay. You can pull it down lower. You can have longer reaches and pulls, or you can shorten it. Okay, so just kind of find your own rhythm, your own flow with this. And we will be coming back to this again and speeding it up. So we just want to feel what our range is today. We've got about 5 more seconds left. All right, and now we're going to row the boat. So we're going to row from side to side. And we do have all kinds of alternate ways that we can row this boat. You can row in the same direction, or you can have maybe one oar and you're just going to row on one side. Okay, so find what works best for you and your body. And we'll keep going here for just another 30 seconds. Don't need to go fast yet. We will be speeding this up later, but right now we just want to feel this motion in our bodies, warming up those muscles. And this will also help to activate the core. You might become aware of sensation around the ribs, the waist. 5 more seconds. All right, now we're going to just simply take a walk. So you can just kind of let your arms go. If it's available to you, you can add in the knees or the feet. So just kind of find your own way to walk. And again, you can walk, or if you prefer to bring the arms in motion in the same direction, you can ski. Okay, so either skiing or walking just to kind of get the body again a little bit warmer, a little bit more motion. Good. If you want to speed it up a little bit, you can warm it up a little bit more. Maybe it turns into a bit of a jog. Good, y'all. I got about 5 more seconds left. All right. Excellent. So now that we're a little bit warm, if you want to have a moment to have a sip of water, and then we're going to pick up our weights for our next phase. So I'm using 3-pound weights here. I recommend that you not use anything heavier than 5 pounds. You want to be something light enough that you can move freely and easily. Okay. And we're going to come back to this rotator cuff muscle. So you're going to bring the elbows back behind you, and you're going to open the hands out to the side and then back in. And the rotator cuff is actually, it's more than one muscle. There's 6 muscles that are involved, and they're little muscles. And there's certain activities that we perform that really can stress these muscles out. So we want them to be as balanced and healthy and resilient as possible. You can also turn the palms to face in. That's 30 seconds have gone by. So we're going to do a minute for each of these exercises. And remember, you can always do one at a time. I try to remember to tell y'all when we're halfway through in case you need to change sides. All right, got about 5 more seconds left. Last one. Going to keep your elbows bent, palms facing in, and just lift the elbows out to the side like wings and pull them back into your waist. So easy lift up and in. You can add a little squeeze. So you're activating and squeezing the inner arms in towards your ribs, squeezing the elbows in towards your ribs. And again, you can do this with or without weight. That's 30 seconds. You don't need to move quickly here, so find your own pace. You might want to follow my pace. You might want to follow a different pace. Good. One more. Excellent. So keep your arms by your sides, but straighten them. And this time we're going to bring the hands just in front of the shoulders and then back down. So you're lifting your arms in front and down. Now again, maybe you just want to do one side, and that's fine. You can alternate or you can stay on the same side. That was 30 seconds. Got 30 more to go. So I don't count these. I just follow a timer, and we're just going 1 minute per exercise. If it helps you to count, you can count them as well. You can start with 8 or 10. You can rest in between if you need to. Okay, we got time for one more. And now biceps. So arms down by the sides, and you're going to turn the palms upward as you squeeze the hands in towards your shoulders. So you can add a bit of a squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Again, this could be done with or without weights. can do one at a time if you want to. And that's 30 seconds there. And actually slowing this down will really ensure that you're not relying on momentum to do the work. So we really want to strengthen the muscles here and not rely on momentum to keep us moving. We've got one more. Great. So now we have triceps. So there's lots of variations for triceps that you can play with. You can lean forward and take one hand or both hands back behind you. You can also take a hand above you and work them up and down this way. You can also press your hands directly down into your chair as if you're lifting yourself up out of your seat. That will also activate the triceps as well as other muscles in your back. Okay, so these are some alternatives. You can also sit back and press your elbows directly back into your chair. Okay, so triceps can be a little tricky for each of us, so I want you to find which one is more accessible for you and just work with that for a little while. So I talked through our 30 seconds there, so we've got about 10 more seconds left to go. Hopefully you feel somewhat even here. All right. Last one. Okay, so we have a little bit of a break here just to kind of reorient ourselves, and then we're going to repeat the sequence. So if you need something to drink or if you need a moment to stretch, and then we're going to begin again with our rotator cuff exercise. So elbows are tucked into the waist. Going to open the hands out and in. Good. All right, halfway through, you can change sides or you can turn your palms to face in for a bit of variety here for the muscles. You shouldn't strain in either direction, so you want to stay within your natural range of motion. Good. I think we've got time for one more. Excellent. Now keep the elbows bent. We're going to move into our lateral deltoids. So elbows wing out to the side, and then you can squeeze back in. Again, you could do one side at a time. If you want more challenge, the arms can be straighter. And with the arms straighter, it's going to increase the load on this deltoid muscle. So if this feels like a good challenge for you, then you could straighten the arms out even more. Again, you don't want to feel pain, stress, or strain. Good. Check in with your breath. If you haven't checked in lately, make sure you're not holding your breath. Sometimes we hold our breath when we're thinking hard and working hard. All right, last one. And now we have anterior deltoids, front of the body. So you're going to take one arm or both arm in front of you. You want to keep that hand just about in line with the shoulder or lower. So you don't want to lift it all the way up. You just want to keep it within this range. That's 30 seconds. Again, you can alter this any way you need to. You can rest anytime you need to. All right, time for one more. Now we're going to move into biceps. This time we're going to do hammer curls. So your palms are facing in towards each other. If you want to, you can add in a little more activation by squeezing as you lift the hands in. Release that squeeze as you lower. And that's just an option for you to play with. All right, that's 30 seconds. Moving at your own pace. All right, less than 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now pick your triceps exercise. We're going to work with that for the next 60 seconds. If you have your hands above your head, please make sure you got a really good grip over that weight. Remember, this is not your only option. You can reach your hands back behind you, one or both. You can press down into your seat and lift yourself out of the seat. That's 30 seconds there. And that's 10 seconds to go. Good. Last one. All right, we have a moment for a quick rest. If you need a sip of water, a little reset or stretch. All right, and 5 seconds to go. We're going to move back to our rotator cuff exercise. Here we go. So this is our last set through before we move into our HIIT practice. And then you should feel strong and warm and ready to go. Right. That is 30 seconds. If you want to change your palm direction, you can turn your palms to face in. Just keep doing what you're doing. Another 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. All right, lateral deltoids, either with elbows bent or arms straight. You can do one side at a time. You can do both sides at the same time. Make sure you're breathing, listening to your body, and that's 30 seconds. Great, y'all. 10 more seconds to go. Last one. All right, anterior deltoids. That's front of the body. You can do one at a time. You can do both at the same time. Move at your own pace. You might start to notice that you're getting a little bit more fatigued this last time around. That is okay. It's a sign that you're working, strengthening. 30 seconds to go. Great. We got about 5 more seconds. One more. All right, biceps. Now, if you want to, you can alternate a bicep curl with a hammer curl just to kind of mix it up and give your muscles some variety, or just pick one that you enjoy and stick with that. Do both at the same time or one at a time. 30 seconds to go. Doing great, y'all. Five more seconds. Last one. All right, so pick your triceps exercise. This is our last set of triceps. Good, you're halfway there. 30 seconds to go. Five more seconds to go. Hang in there. Last one. Excellent. All right, so we're done with our weights. You can put them down. Take a quick moment, have a sip of water. Got 10 seconds before we start. And we're going to start with just a little bit of running, walking. Okay, so when you feel ready to jump in, you can go ahead and start moving. Now, maybe it's available, you can add in the legs as well. Not necessary. You can work the arms and begin to increase the intensity by going faster. Okay, you can also do both arms at the same time. Okay, so this is another variation. So finding what works best for you, and you're going to go, go, go for it now. Got 10 more seconds to just really go as fast as you can. We want to increase our heart rate. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, you can continue to move here, maybe lower your intensity, or just take a moment to just get centered and breathe. Okay, so with our intervals, we want to bring it up and then we want to bring it down. We want to bring it up and we want to bring it down. Okay, so now we're going to crisscross in front of the body and pull. So you're going to crisscross, pull, crisscross, pull. Now, if the crisscross is a challenge, don't have to crisscross. You can reach and pull, reach and pull. Okay, so I'm going to leave it up to you now. You can go faster, increase the intensity. Finding a pace that works for you today. Good. We've got about 10 more seconds to go. You can increase even more. This last 10 seconds together. And 3, 2, 1. All right. Take a moment to rest. Maybe you want active rest. You can take a little jog or you can take a break. All right, next we are going to punch in front of the body. Now, it can be short punches like this or longer punches. Okay, so find what works best for you, and you're just going to punch, punch, punch as fast as you can, speeding it up even more. I got about 20 more seconds to go. So, as we go, we want to increase the intensity. Good. Keep going. We got 10 more seconds to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, here's our rest. Again, you can keep moving if you want to, or you can take this time just to completely rest, check in with your breath. I'm going to do a little combination of both today. So, our next exercise is more organic. It's like you're catching flies in the air. Maybe you're catching butterflies. It is the first day of spring. So, catching butterflies, catching shooting stars, whatever you want to imagine, but you're just reaching all the way around you, above you, below you, beside you, catching, and releasing. Okay. Now, if the squeeze and release of the hand is challenging, you can also kind of swat at them, right? And you can just keep the hand open and just swat at those flies all around you. Okay. So you can see how very quickly this can increase the heart rate and gets the body moving. Good, good. A little less than 10 seconds. Go for it. Awesome. All right. Take a moment to take a break, check in. A little bit shorter break and let us go a little bit farther into our time this time. All right, next we're going to row our boats. Remember rowing your boat in the beginning? We're going to take that and speed it up a little bit. So find your rhythm here. You can go across the body. You can also work in front of the body. Okay, so finding your rhythm, finding your flow, begin to increase the intensity as you go. Good. Got 10 more seconds. Maybe go a little faster. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Take a moment, check in. And our next exercise is going to be climbing rope. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So climbing that rope. This time you can add in a little bit of speed. Good. Stay connected to your breath. Pulling down, 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 reaching up, pulling down. Add in that squeeze and release of the hands. That's available to you today. Good. About 10 more seconds here, a little less than 10. And 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Little moment to pause and check in. You can always take the time to stretch if anything is feeling tight or uncomfortable. All right, 5 more seconds, and then we're going to come back to our crisscross pull in front of the body. Here we go. Crisscross and pull. Crisscross pull. Going at your own pace. You can speed it up even more. We got 20 more seconds to go. Good. 10 more seconds. Go for it. Last one. Good. Take a moment to rest if you want to. Check in with your breath. You might feel your heart now a little bit more intently. And we're going to come back to our punches in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So speed punches or long punches, whatever suits you. Just want to really go for it. If you want a little extra variety, you can punch down, you can punch up, and punch in front. Or you can just keep punching forward. Good. All right, 10 more seconds left. Go for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Take a moment, check in. You can keep moving if you want to. You can come back to walking or jogging. All right. And we are going to come back to catching flies in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So catching flies or swatting flies. And just see how much variety you can add here by reaching in all directions, down and up, beside you, above you, front of you. Good. Got 15 seconds to go. You can speed it up if you want to, a little more intensity. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Take a moment to rest. Take a breath, check in. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's row the boat. Here we go. So if you want to, you can start out slow, get into a rhythm, and then begin to speed it up for more intensity and variety. Just rowing the boat in your way, keeping it moving. Stay connected to your breath, aware of your body. Right, we've got 10 more seconds. Speed it up if you want to. 3, 2, and 1. Great. And take a moment, check in. Keep moving if you want to. All right, 5 more seconds, and we're going to climb the rope. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Good. Increasing the intensity as it feels appropriate for you. Good. You're conditioning the heart with these intervals. About 10 more seconds to go. You can speed it up even more if you want to. And 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, we're getting there, y'all. Check in. How you feeling? A moment to stretch if you need to. 10 more seconds. Our next exercise is crisscross and pull. Here we go. Crisscross pull. Again, you can skip the crisscross and reach and pull, reach and pull, reach and pull. Okay. Good, y'all. Getting there. 20 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. A moment. Check in. Deep breath, long exhale. And next up are our punches. Again, you can add variety if you want to. Begin when you're ready, punching in front. You can punch up, you can punch down. Just want to keep on moving, increasing that intensity as we go. Got 20 more seconds to really go for it here. Good. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, take a moment, check in. If you need some water, need a stretch, or you can keep moving. Got 5 more seconds to go, and we're going to catch some more flies. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All around you, your speed. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. You decide. By moving all around you, we're also challenging our core in new and sneaky ways. We're also increasing our proprioceptive awareness, our body's ability to just recognize where we are in space. Stay grounded. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let that go. Check in. Get ready to row your boat in 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Rowing the boat. Speed it up here if you want a little more intensity. Getting down to the end of our practice, you can give it a little bit more. Finding your edge without pushing yourself over it. Keep going. Excellent. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, we're getting there. Check in. How you feeling? Got 10 more seconds, and then we are going to climb that rope again. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Finding a nice steady pace, maybe increasing the intensity a little bit more for the next 20 seconds. Good, y'all. 10 more seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, take a moment. Check in. If your heart is racing, place your hands over your heart. Take a nice deep breath into your heart center. All right. Now we're just going to go for a run. You can run, you can walk, you can ski. Okay. Adding in the knees or the legs if you want to. Working within your ability, within your comfort today. Good, good, good. Keep going, keep going. Maybe go for it. Got 10 more seconds, a little more than 10 to go. Go, go, go. 10, or rather 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, one last little burst. Let's take a moment, check in with yourself. Okay. So we're just going to kind of cool it down a little bit here. If you want to keep your hands resting on your legs. On your next breath in, maybe slide your elbows back behind you, let your eyes look up. And as you exhale, slide your fingers towards your knees, looking down. And keep going here, inhaling and exhaling, just getting an easy stretch in each direction. One more here. Good. Good. Come back to neutral. You can place your fingers on one shoulder and circle the elbow one way. You might notice you have a little more range here, maybe a little more comfort in this motion. Go the other way. And with your opposite hand, just let it support you here in your seat, and you can lean over and just lift that elbow. Feel that release in the side of the body. And come back to center and other side, fingertips on the shoulder, circle. And circle the other way. Good. Support with your hand on your chair, and with that elbow, you can reach towards the ceiling as you lean. Keep yourself supported. And come back to center. Arms down by your sides. You can roll both shoulders if you like in one direction and then the other direction. Good. And now hands on your legs, one hand on each leg. And just take one and take it to the seat behind you and turn to look in that direction. So it's not a real extreme twist here. You're just turning your eyes towards the side or the back of the room. Come back to center. Keep that hand on the leg as the opposite hand comes around to rest behind you on your seat. And you're just glancing over the shoulder or towards the side of the room. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And you can unwind, come back to center. Arms resting down by your sides. This little side stretch, just a different variation, reaching the fingertips towards the ground. If you'd like to have the fingers on the shoulder, you can do that as well. This is a little bit more challenging, so support yourself if you need to, or keep both arms by your sides. And come back to center. I'm just going to go back and forth a few times. We're not going to hold it too long. Just give the side of the body a little bit of attention before we go. One more. Good. And come back to center. And now just give yourself a hug, wrapping your arms in front of your chest. Big breath. And then release your arms and your hands. You can just allow the backs of your hands to rest on top of your legs. And take a moment to once again return to your breath. And just see if it's easier now to breathe deeply. Maybe you can breathe in a little bit longer. Maybe you can breathe out a little bit longer. And take a moment to acknowledge the effects of this practice on your body, your heart, your mind, and your spirit. And thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. I did. It was great to move with all of you. I look forward to seeing you again next week.